And a big good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to baseball as we're coming back to you after a one-day break to cap off a 4-0 week and hopefully extend an 8-game winning streak that your Bancroft Bandits baseball team has been on fire and on an absolute roll. As the regular season begins to wind down, we have 9 regular season games left, just 2 weeks of action, including the All-Star game coming up next week. Just exactly a week from today, as a matter of fact, next Sunday. That'll be coming from Merchants Park. Unfortunately, Coach Kieran and myself won't be there, so we'll have to rely on the Carroll Merchants organization to broadcast and see how they're going to handle that. But obviously, we can expect to see a lot of our very own Bancroft Bandits a part of the festivities. That includes a pro scout day as well as a home run derby in the All-Star game coming to us a week from today. But before then, we got a slew of games before then, including one that's on tap to once again extend the rivalry between the Alberley Lakers visiting from Alberley, Minnesota, and your Bancroft Bandits. So once again, the Bandits riding an 8-game winning streak as it was continued this week, which began on a 9-0 victory this past Tuesday over the Carroll Merchants, and this Wednesday taking one from the Lakers themselves, 12-5 on the home field, which was highlighted again by Brian Seamster, and he's been on a roll all week long, along with the likes of Coco Kennedy, both of them crushing home runs in the last game we saw this past Friday in a victory over the Peak of Ames Prospects. Before then, it was a 17-1 thrashing of the Fort Dodge Gypsum Miners. And then, of course, after that, we're coming off a big victory, 9-4 final score over the Peak of Ames Prospects, who were 10-1 heading into that contest, as well as Bancroft 21-4. And in the end, 9-4 after the Prospects had a short-lived lead. It was tied up by Miko Soto, who was the offensive player of the game with 4 base hits. And after that, that really blew the offense open as he was able to set the pace, going 4 for 5 at the dish to earn the belt for the first time this year. And also on the mound, Ray Diaz. We cannot say enough about his performance, as we had a pretty chirpy dugout to deal with all game long from Ames. And Diaz seems to feed off of that kind of atmosphere. And he gave a lot of enthusiasm right back. And he dished out 10 strikeouts in 7 complete innings. And the last 4 batters he faced, he sat them all down looking. So he was fooling batters up and down the order, as but tried to anticipate to you fans all of the past 2 starts that he's had. You know we can expect a lot of movement, a lot of run, a lot of break on a 6-pitch arsenal from the right arm of number 29, Ray Diaz. So without a doubt, he came in perfect time. Just when the hitters think that they have the pitching staff of Bancroft figured out, Coach Kieran is able to bring in yet another arm. Let's also piggyback off that last statement. Coach Kieran and Jacob Van Vactor, a duo out of Valley City State University, have a very special guest in attendance tonight. The head coach of the Valley City State University baseball team, Casey Olney, is here to attend today's game. So without a doubt, a name and a coach that both Coach Kieran and Van Vactor assisted for this past spring. Van Vactor even played for in his last season of college baseball just a couple of years ago. And Coach Kieran, a graduate of Waldorf University, obviously a name that gave only some headaches while he was playing, and a star pitcher and center fielder for Waldorf. Both got to work with him very closely, as well as bring them Jacob Rosales from the Carroll Merchants of last summer to become a newcomer of the year. So it was quite a special moment to see all of the Vikings standing down before the game with Kieran Van Vactor, as well as players Andrew Shawn and Jesse Johnson. So to say the least, baseball is a very special sport, and it brings people together, as well as the community of Bancroft. On a very hot day, we got ourselves a midday delight with 9 innings at 4 o'clock. So we're just less than a half an hour away from that, as well as Bancroft 22-4, leading the league in today's contest. And right behind them in second place is the Storm Lake Whitecaps. They've only played 22 games, but they sit in second place as a 10-12 overall team. Right behind them is the Carroll Merchants of 10 wins and 16 losses. And tied for last place is Albert Lee and Fort Dodge at 8 wins and 17 losses, both. So the Lakers are looking to climb back up in the standings, as well as Bancroft looking to retain their standing of dominance in the 2019 summer season. Pressure's on them, but without a doubt, the way they've been playing loose and the way the offense has just exploded this past week, as well as the past few weeks to add on to that, we can only expect who's going to step up and be the man or the men at the plate for the Bandits today, as we got ourselves another exciting contest. And the Bancroft going to be seeing yet another starting pitcher that we have not seen the likes of yet. It's going to be a 6'5" right arm and a brand new pitcher for Albert Lee as he strolled up and got his uniform and everything we witnessed in the dugout just a few moments ago. Ashton Knutson, a right-hander out of Ridgewater, a junior college, as this past spring had an ERA near 7 and an overall record of 1-4. We cannot take him lightly, as none of the teams, when they stroll to Memorial Park, ever take the Bandits lightly. This is the biggest game that they mark on their calendars every week. So we're just a few moments away from the first pitch in the top of the first inning. A 9-inning contest starting at 4 p.m., just 24 minutes away. So let's go ahead and meet the starting lineups. First for the visiting Albert Lee Lakers heading into today's contest. Overall record of 8 wins and 17 losses, led by head coach Nate DeShane. Leading things off at second base, number 16, Preston Godfrey. Batting second at shortstop, number 22, Sam Huska. Batting third in center field, number 19, Brad Morris. Batting cleanup the left fielder, number 30, Jacob McKeon. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 23, Thomas Kraus. Batting sixth at first base, number 26, Jacob Kaiser. Batting seventh in right field, number 8, Levi Davidson. Batting eighth at catcher, number 28, Jackson Key. And rounding out the lineup at third base, number 13, Austin Portner. Once again, a fresh arm for the Lakers as a brand new pitcher will be taking the mound to start, number 25, Ashton Knutson. And now the starting lineup for your first place Bancroft Bandits with an overall record of 22 wins, the last 8 of them straight, and for just 4 losses. Leading things off at second base, number 22, Daniel Hernandez. Batting second in left field, number 6, Dakota Coco Kennedy. Batting third, the big third baseman, number 34, Ivan Melendez. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, number 30, Miguel Miko Soto. Batting fifth, the center fielder, number 1, Brian Seamster. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 11, Aaron Cowboy Mason. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 35, Bobby Galindo. Batting eighth at shortstop, number 12, Sean Ross. And rounding out the lineup at first base, number 3, Julian Galindo. On the mound to start for the Bandits, number 16, Devin McCray, a D1 arm out of Kennesaw State, as he'll be making his second start on the summer. This is his first one coming this past week at Fort Dodge, as we're going to be seeing quite a slew of arms out of the bullpen for Bancroft with the likes of McCray. Could also expect to see Hunter Robichaud, Augie Voigt, perhaps even Dante Glover and Jesse Johnson. So without a doubt, another whole staff day, and we're going to have to see how the Lakers adjust to, once again, a top-notch pitching staff, as well as an offensive team, which you also forget is without one of their top hitters, Adrian Torres, possessing a batting average around 400 and also a healthy amount of extra base hits, as we've been without our 3-hitter since the Tuesday game against Carroll, and Brian Seamster has without outfilled that center field hole very nicely. So when Torres comes back and you add a red-hot Brian Seamster into the mix, you can only imagine how much better an already stout offensive lineup for the Bancroft Bandits is going to look. But nevertheless, we're going to step aside when we return. We'll let the PA announcer Travis Newman introduce the ball game. But until then, stay tuned. We got the Lakers and Bandits on tap, coming to you live from Memorial Park. Welcome back to Memorial Park as the Bandits are just about set for the first pitch from Dev McCray, making his second start tonight as he's typically trying to fill that closing role for the Bandits this summer, but we haven't had a whole lot of save opportunities for McCray to step up out of the bullpen, so he's in the second time to start the game, and we've already seen what he can do. He's a very impressive pitcher, a reliever out of Kennesaw State. And he sure does like to gas up into the low to mid 90s on that fastball. And he has a pretty good arsenal of pitches beyond that. So the Lakers are going to have their hands full at the plate, but not to take them lightly without a doubt, as they have hit us very well in the past. Lakers, once again, a pretty stable lineup, and it's a very similar one we've seen already. The likes of this summer with Preston Godfrey leading things off, Sam Huskell be on deck, and then Brad Morris, the number 3 hitter in the hole. Morris, arguably the top bat in that Laker lineup, as he's almost a shoo-in for multiple hits a game.
Leading off for the Lakers, second baseman number 16, Preston Godfrey.
So Godfrey almost set. Take his spot in the batter's box. As he steps in, Dev McCray going to be going out of the windup. The Bandits in the gray with the purple hats today, and the Lakers in the navy blue. First pitch from the stretch, and a fastball just missing for ball 1, and we're underway from Memorial Park. Bandits looking to extend this impressive winning streak to 9 straight victories. The last one reached 6, and it was the Lakers who ended the first one. Second pitch, he's going to paint the corner on a fastball for strike 1. To say a little more about McCray's velo, last time at Fort Dodge, an umpire wore one off the leg, and that was not a pretty sight to see. So that thing don't tickle if you're going to wear one from Dev McCray, as the third pitch of the at-bat is a slider swung on and missed. As Godfrey lunges at this one and comes up empty-handed for strike 2, and it's now a 1-2 count to the leadoff man for Albert Lee. Stretch from the 1-2. Fastball in. Misses high and away for ball 2. Very hot day here in Bancroft as we got temperatures touching the low 90s. So without a doubt, fans in attendance are troopers. So here's the 2-2 pitch from McCray, and it's going to be taken the other way on the ground as Melendez comes up throwing. And a nice stretch from Julian Galindo at first base to collect out number 1.
Next bat for the Lakers, shortstop number 22, Sam Huskell.
So with 1 down, nobody on base, we'll go right into the number 2 batter and shortstop, Sam Huskell. He typically finds himself at the top of the Lakers order. Godfrey been the leadoff hitter pretty much every game that he has been in uniform. So already we see a good mix of fastballs and breaking balls from McCray. With 1 down, here's the first pitch to Huskell. Fastball down the pipe for strike 1. There's the 0-1 pitch from the stretch as McCray comes set. And he kicks and fires. Slider looks like it's just going to run off the plate for ball 1. Not a bad spot. Once again, we got a special person in attendance, head coach of the VCSU Vikings, Casey Olney, here to cheer on his assistants, Coach Kieran and Van Vactor. So let's hope the Bandits put on a good game for him. The 1-1 pitch from the stretch, and that slider will find the zone. A quick readjustment there for strike 2, and McCray already spotting up very nicely out of the gates, and here's a 1-2 count now. Fourth pitch of the at-bat on the way. Somehow just missing, not sure where, but that's a great spot for 2 strikes. McCray getting hosed on that one for ball 2. sets up, shading the outside part of the plate. The 2-2 pitch, fastball gets him chasing upstairs for swing and a miss, strike 3, and out number 2.
Next to bat for the Lakers, center fielder number 19, Brad Morris.
We're not typically going to expect a complete game out of McCray. It's not your starting pitcher, as he's does his best work in relief and in a closing role back at Kennesaw. So we're going to see a few but dominating innings, hopefully, as he gets Morris chasing and swing and a miss on a first pitch slider for strike 1. Without a doubt, Dev McCray has looked very impressive since he has come to Bancroft this summer. The 0-1 from the stretch, and this one grounded towards Melendez, and it'll get past both of them through the 5-6 hole and into left for a single.
Next to bat for the Lakers, left fielder number 30, Jacob McKeon.
So Brad Morris, now with 2 down, gets on with the first hit of the game. A ground ball hit into left field. Last time the Lakers came to town, it was 2 quick outs for the starting pitcher, Austin Atwood, but then the 3 forward hitters, Brad Morris and Jacob McKeon, were able to start a 2-out rally. Unfortunately, that's where the offense stopped before the Bandits took over. So let's hope we can get out number 3 here with McKeon as a first pitch fastball. Once again, not sure where it missed for ball 1. It's not a bad spot. You look like across the outside part of the plate. A quick pick over attempt, and just not in time. Morris going to get underneath the tag. So it's a 1-0 count, 2 down. Morris slides safely back into first. McCray comes set from the stretch. A 1-0 pitch. Fastball swung on and missed for strike 1 as he blows the heater by McKeon there to even up the count 1-1. We already know Jacob McKeon, a dangerous hitter, fully capable of leaving the yard at any time. He's already done it twice against the Bandits this summer. 1-1 pitch from McCray, swung on and missed. Fastball outside for strike 2. McKeon with 2 big swing and misses there. Gotta wonder, as he blows it by him twice, he's going to try for a 3rd time with that heater. 1-2 pitch, Galindo setting up outside. Here it is, and that's the 3rd questionable call for a ball this inning. As you see Galindo setting up on the chalk as McCray misses inside, and with where Galindo's set up, that is right down the pipe. Another pick over attempt, and Morris going to take out the legs of Julian Galindo at first base, so he's going to come up empty-handed. He's okay, but collision course on the pick back there. And it's still a 2-2 count with 2 away. Fifth pitch on the way. Slider. Once again, not a bad spot, but just a few inches off the plate for ball 3 as McKeon stands in to work a count full. See Morris take off on the pitch. The 3-2 from McCray, and it's roped through the 5-6 hole. And it's back-to-back singles for Morris and McKeon.
Designated hitter number 23, the beer batter, Thomas Kraus.
So now we'll go to the 5-hitter, Thomas Kraus, and this is going to be the first time in a while we've seen Kraus in the hitting lineup for the Lakers, the designated hitter tonight. Outfielder from NDSU. See what he can do here with 2 down. McCray back from the stretch, and a fastball rides the chalk outside for ball 1. You got to wonder if a couple of those pitches were called the way they should have been, would McKeon be standing on first base right now? He got away with a couple of early Christmas presents there, and he sees one over the heart of the plate and laces it into left. And here's the 1-0 pitch as Galindo fires back down to first, and Julian Galindo has to drop down to the knees to make a block. That's a 1-1 count now as that one blows by Kraus for strike one. Both runners take some modest leads here. Nobody holding them on. Force out at any three bags in the field. The 1-0 pitch to Kraus, and it's going to dribble this one towards second, and Hernandez comes up throwing to the bag for the third and final out as the Lakers collect 2 base hits, but they're going to leave both of them stranded. As we'll head to the bottom of the first, the Bandits coming up to bat for the first time today. Still scoreless from Memorial Park. Stay tuned. Pretty good turnout from the Bancroft community as well as Albert Lee. They have a healthy amount of fans in attendance here today. They're also celebrating a birthday of pitcher number 18, Colby Peterson, out of action today as we're going to be going down to what we have left of arms for both sides as a fresh right-hander out of Ridgewater Junior College, Ashton Knutson. This is going to be his first game for the Lakers. As he picked up his uniform in the dugout as he showed up to the field today. And we'll now start things off with number 22, Daniel Hernandez, leading off today at second base.
Leading off for the Bandits, second baseman, number 22, Daniel Hernandez.
So Hernandez steps in for his first at-bat. First time we're going to be seeing Knutson making his debut for the Lakers as he goes from the windup, a 6'5" right-hander, and the first pitch is swung on and skied to right. And on the first pitch we see, it's a flyout to retire Hernandez.
Next back for the Bandits, left fielder, number 6, Dakota Coco Kennedy.
So now we'll go to the red-hot Coco Kennedy, as he has put together just a phenomenal showing offensively the past few weeks for the Bandits. Let's see what Kennedy can do here as he hit the go-ahead home run over the Prospects just this past Friday against Ames. Make it a 3-1 contest there to make it his third home run on the summer. Watches strike one and holds off on the second pitch for ball one. Now it's a 1-1 count. One down, nobody on base. Let's hope Kennedy can get things started. Third pitch of the at-bat over the plate, and Kennedy grounds this one towards shortstop, but Huska's going to boot it on the bounce, and he'll reach base safely.
Next to bat for the Bandits, third baseman, number 34, Ivan Melendez.
So it's going to be an error at shortstop for Sam Huska. And we'll now go to number 34, Ivan Melendez. Without a doubt, been one of the most powerful bats in the entire league beyond the Bandits this summer. 7 home runs. Even a hard line drive. He doesn't have to get under a lot of balls and to just drive them out. A lot of them get out in a hurry. But Knutson going to paint the outside corner for strike one as he quickly comes set once again from the stretch. The 0-1 pitch to Melendez, and once again fights one away low and outside, this time swung on and fouled into the backstop as it's now an 0-2 count. So Knutson working well ahead in the count here, 0-2 to Melendez. Melendez fends this one off to the backstop once again. Foul tip this one right down the heart of the plate. A quick pickoff attempt to first and not in time. Kennedy took a little stutter step there. Almost getting caught off guard. You think maybe he would have had a jump towards second. Kennedy yet to be thrown out on the base paths. 0-2 pitch to Melendez and driven to center field. But a can of corn catch by Brad Morris. And it'll be out number 2.
Number 30, Miguel Soto.
Melendez didn't get a whole lot of that one as he flies out to center. And we'll go to the designated hitter, Miko Soto, stepping in for his first at-bat of the day. Coming off a 4 for 5 performance at the plate this past Friday. Another pickoff attempt, and Kennedy slides back a lot of time there with 2 down. Only Kennedy standing in on first. Let's see if we can get things rolling with 2. Miko Soto at the plate. As this one roped towards shortstop, and Huska makes a backhanded stop, and this time caps off with the throw to short. We'll go to the top of the second as the Bandits leave one stranded, and we're still scoreless. You're listening to Bandits Baseball live from Memorial Park. So the Lakers had 2 base hits in the top of the first, and they left 2 stranded. So Dev McRae holding the Lakers scoreless in the top of the first. Let's see if he can keep things going on the mound here as it's 6-7-8 due up for Albert Lee. Here in the top of the second as the first pitch, Kaiser holds back, but by throwing everything but the tip of the bat through the zone, it's going to help make the ump's decision easier on that one. On a slider, called for strike 1. The 0-1 from the stretch, and this one healthy outside for ball 1. McRae coming set from the stretch, a 1-1 count. kicks and fires. And Kaiser inside out pops this one up over the backstop and out of play for a foul. And strike number 2. The 4th pitch of the at-bat from McCray. Just missing upstairs above the letters for ball 2. McCray doing a good job throwing around the Lakers thus far, but he is not missing by far out of the zone. So here's the 2-2 pitch, and Kaiser skies this one to right, and it could be trouble, but Mason there to make the play as he runs in to catch out number 1.
Next bat for the Lakers. Right fielder number 8, Levi Davidson.
Go down to the 7th hitter now, in right fielder number 8, Levi Davidson. The lefty steps in here. First pitch of the at-bat, and just missing outside, ball 1. Tight zone to work with today. Cray has his work cut out for him. A 1-0 pitch from the stretch, and he gets Davidson swinging through a 4-seamer there for strike 1. Very solid velo from the right-handed side, Dev McCray. Division I Army comes set for the 1-1. 1 down, nobody on base, still scoreless. Here in the top half of inning number 2. The 3rd pitch can be rocketed to the backstop for strike 2 on the foul tip. A late swing, and Davidson only catches a piece of it. Fourth pitch of the at-bat, and that slider going to hang upstairs for ball 2. Doesn't break in time, and it's now even count 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lakers looking to get back on the base paths here. The 2-2 from McCray. Doesn't miss by much for ball 3. Now a full count to the left-handed hitter Levi Davidson, and McCray kicks and fires, and he stays alive as he fends off another pitch with 2 strikes. Foul ball into the street. Seventh pitch of the at-bats, and Davidson swings right through one. Fastball for strike 3. Strikeout number 2 for McCray. With 2 away, we go to the catcher, Jackson Key. Some good execution there. Davidson held off on some very close pitches with 2 strikes. Gets him to chase, and not a complete swing is indecisive with a full count, and that'll cost him there. 2 down, nobody on base. We go now to Key. McCray back in the stretch, and the first pitch will skip in the dirt. Skirt to the backstop. Now 1-0 count. You see McCray twisting the ball behind his back. Keep the hitters on edge, and a fastball. This one will nab the inside part of the zone for strike 1. Third pitch of the at-bat on the way. 1-1 from the stretch as he fires, and Key well behind that fastball for strike two, swung on and missed. He's going to have to try to readjust and fast to get the timing down with 1-2. Gray resets and he fires. I wonder where these pitches are missing. That one is ball two, and you could see it from up here. It crosses the outside part of the plate. McCray is spotting up. It's the 2-2, and that'll do it as Key swings at one at the neck for strike three. Third strikeout as he'll retire the Lakers in order. As we now go to the bottom of the second, Bandits coming to bat, still scoreless from Memorial Park. We'll lead things off 5-6-7 for the Bandits in the bottom half of inning number two. Stepping in now, the center fielder, number one, Brian Seamster. He's starting to come into his own the past few games for the Bandits after making his debut week. And now we'll see a pitch called on the outside part of the zone for strike one. To start off the bottom of the second after McCray strikes out. 2 to put away the Lakers in the second. It's an 0-1 count to Seamster, and he ropes this one the other way to left center. It's down, it's in the gap, and it gets past the left fielder. As Seamster will leg this one out into a double. Stand up to lead us off.
Next man for the Bandits, right fielder, number 11, Aaron Cowboy Mason.
We'll now go to Aaron Cowboy Mason, the right fielder. Now let's see if we can feed off of that double from Brian Seamster. As Coach Kieran Van Vaderman speaking highly of him after a very poised performance at the plate with 2 clutch at-bats, which resulted in a 4 RBI game for Brian Seamster. And a big-time opponent, the Peak of Ames Prospects. So they've gone on a limb to say he's a gamer. The 0-1 pitch to Mason. And Knutson going to hit the outside zone there for strike 2 and an 0-2 count for Mason. Knutson set from the stretch. This one will miss inside for ball 1. One, 2 count. No outs. Seamster in scoring position at second as he leads off. Fourth pitch, and Mason throws the end of the bat at it. Foul the other way. Knudsen shakes off a pitch and comes set. The 1-2 on the way and in the dirt, and Jackson Key can make the grab to keep it in front. Seamster would have taken third if it had gone to the backstop. The count's now 2-2. The pitch, and over the backstop, foul. So Aaron Mason, one of the best opposite field hitters on the team. As you see Knudsen trying to live outside against these Bandit batters. Mason just a hair off on those last two foul pieces. Count still at 2-2 here, and the pitch. And this one hit towards the 4-3 side, and Preston Godfrey will make the play in time for out number one, but Seamster will take third.
Next bat for the Bandits. Catcher number 35, Bobby Chancho Galindo.
So a good team at bat there for Aaron Mason. So we do have one down, but less than 2 outs. And the first run of the game just 90 feet away. And now Bobby Galindo, the catcher and number 7 hitter, steps in. An RBI opportunity as this one will miss low. And they still got a big shift on the left-handed hitter Galindo. Still, all he needs to do is find barrel and send this one to the outfield to break a scoreless tie. A 1-0 pitch, one down. And it's outside for ball 2. The runner on third. Definition of timely hitting, and the Bandits kind of struggled with timely hitting in the first half of the year. They have been clutch as of recently, as Galindo fouls an outside fastball back into the net for strike one. Still ahead in the count, 2-1. Steps in here, we're waiting the fourth pitch of the at-bat. The 2-1. Swung on and foul tipped into the mid for strike 2. Now Galindo going to have to expand battle with 2 strikes as we see just a few more strikes called this half inning. Stretch with the 2-2. Swung on, grounded towards second. And Godfrey bobbles the ball, but the throw will be in time, and it's an RBI ground out for Bobby Galindo. But now a 1-0 contest with Sean Ross coming up.
Next bat for the Bandits. Shortstop number 12, Sean "The Rock" Ross.
So Brian Seamster started things off with a stand-up double. 2 ground outs to second base, and that'll spell the first run of the game. He's doing a good job orchestrating that. It's a first pitch off speed there from Knudsen, getting by Sean Ross for strike 1. So Sean Ross, the shortstop, looking for another big game offensively. Here's the 0-1. Same pitch there for strike 2. Blows a slider by him. So Knudsen back from the windup. Here's the 0-2 pitch as Ross pops this one up to the end of the outfield, and Godfrey makes the grab with no problem for out number 3. We go to the top of the third. It's now Bancroft 1, Albert Lee 0. You're listening to Bandits Baseball live from Memorial Park. Stay tuned. The bottom of the Lakers order due up with the 9-hitter Austin Portner at third base today. As the Bandits were able to break the scoreless tie, it's now 1-0 after an RBI ground out from Bobby Galindo. Brian Seamster getting the first knock of the game for Bancroft. As now McCray, the first pitch, ball one, as Portner tries to pull a fast one there. Pulls back a bunt for ball one. McCray coming set for the 1-0. And McCray misses this one in the dirt for ball two, and it's a 2-0 hitter's count to Portner to start off the top of the third. Pitch and off speed there. Down the heart of the plate for strike one. A 1-2-3 second inning with 2 strikeouts for McCray back in the second. He's trying to get things rolling again with a 1-run lead at his back. It's now a 3-1 count for Portner. Way up here, he could be picky. Look for a pitch to drive. Fifth pitch from the stretch. That umpire not giving anything to McCray on the outside zone. Ball 4. Wonder what he even's doing there on the mound. It's Coach Van Vactor heading out, and hold up, looks like wonder what the issue might be. So after ball 4, we have the leadoff batter, Preston Godfrey, stepping in for his second at-bat. Grounded out back in the first to start off the game. Nobody out, 1 man on first, and we're set to resume play. McCray coming set from the stretch. First pitch of the at-bat. Fastball down the pipe called for ball 1. Where is Dev McCray missing on half of these pitches? I just don't know. 1-0 count to Godfrey. As this one is stroked to center field, and Brian Seamster doesn't have to step too far back for it. He makes the grab for out number 1. But Dev McCray ought to be lucky if the Lakers are taking some hacks at the plate. You know, they're a very aggressive hitting team. Or else I'm not sure he's going to be getting many calls for strikes. 1 down and a quick pickoff attempt, not in time for Portner. Slides back safely into first. McCray comes set in the stretch. Sam Huska, the batter, and there's the first pitch. On the outside part of the zone, he'll finally get that one called for strike one. Been there all game. Stretch with the 0-1. Galindo sets up outside, and he doesn't move at all for it. Just like that, it's ball one. Not sure what changed. Another pickoff attempt to Portner, not in time. We await the third pitch of the at-bat as McCray comes set from the stretch, and the 1-1 slider, and it breaks down the pipe for strike two. Good pitch there as it runs right across the plate. The 1-2, trying to paint that low outside corner, and I got to wonder if McCray is just going to have to be forced to feed these just right to the Lakers. He's doing it. He's picking his spots because you see Galindo setting up on the outside part of the plate, and Galindo doesn't move at all. The 2-2 from the stretch, and Huska with a late swing. He throws the end of the bat at it, fouls it down the right side towards first base. Still a 2-2 count. Here's the sixth pitch of the at-bat, and Huska holds off as a slider going to miss in the dirt, and it gets kicked up into the net. That's now a full count with Portner taking second base. Full count as McCray's pitch count just continues to get driven up. Comes set for the 3-2. Portner the healthy lead at second. To the plate. Swung on, grounded towards short. Ross makes the grab. And the throw to Galindo for out number 2. An easy play for Sean Ross.
Next bat for the Lakers, center fielder number 19, Brad Morris.
Now with 2 down, we'll go to Brad Morris, and this could be a tough situation. You see Coach Kieran saying on the bellies to try to make a stop because you know Morris, very solid hitter for the Lakers. He's going to try to hit where they're not. Found a hole last time on a single through the 5-6 gap. 2 down, first pitch. Slider over the plate for strike one. Still an 0-1 count. The second pitch, fastball down the. Another call on the outside part of the zone for strike two. So McCray works ahead in the count 0-2. Brad Morris slightly chokes up the bat. You know he's going to try to squeak this one by somewhere. He's looking for contact. Portner dancing around second as McCray kicks and fires the 0-2, and Morris pops this one up to shallow right field, and Julian Galindo makes the grab for out number 1 on the dive. But it looks like he might have hurt himself in foul territory on the fall. And how about that? He's back on his feet, and Julian Galindo with a beautiful play out in foul territory for out number 3 to retire Brad Morris and to leave one runner stranded. We'll head to the bottom of the third. Still 1-0, Bancroft out in front. So after making a diving catch in foul territory over at first, it'll be the first baseman, Julian Galindo, set to lead things off for the Bandits, but he pops this one up in foul territory. And it flew into a no-play zone, but Portner still tried to make the run to it. He didn't make the catch. But it's going to be a foul ball for strike 1 on Galindo, top of the order on deck. The 0-1 pitch from Knutson, and it's going to miss outside for ball 1 as we're here in the bottom of the third inning. 9-hitter Julian Galindo leading things off. Bandits looking to extend to a 1-0 lead after Seamster scored after a double in the second. So that one misses upstairs for ball 2, and it's a 2-1 count now to Galindo. Gotta wonder how he's wearing sleeves on a day like this. Again, he is from El Paso. Got to be hotter in Texas, nonetheless. But he swings and just a foul tip into the mid for strike 2. And they're pulling another healthy shift on Julian this time. The 2-2 to Julian Galindo, and another foul tipped out of play as this one goes over the backstop as Julian Galindo still a solid hitter, but we've been seeing him less and less in the lineup to try to conserve his stamina because he's now in the starting rotation as one of the top pitchers that Bancroft has. Unlikely as it is, but I don't think anyone's complaining. So this one misses outside for ball 3. And now a full count. Let's see if Galindo looking for base hit ball 4 to start off the Bandits in the third. And he stays alive with another foul piece. Still a full count. The pitch. Fastball driven to right field, and it's down. On the full count, Julian Galindo ropes this one into right for a leadoff single.
Next bat for the Bandits, second baseman, number 22, Daniel Hernandez.
So leadoff hitter Daniel Hernandez stepping in for the second time today. Flew out to start things off offensively for Bancroft. Went 1 for 4 the other night against Ames. And here's the first pitch. The at-bat shows bunt and almost lays down a butte down the first base side, but it twirls foul just over the chalk. So if Hernandez can get a bunt down, you got to wonder. That's going to be a very tough play to try to beat Hernandez on a 90. So now an 0-1 count to Hernandez. Tries to show bunt once again and foul down the third base side. This one popped up a little bit. You saw the third baseman, Austin Portner, still playing back a little bit. He gave himself quite a jump start there, but 2 foul ball bunts, and it's an 0-2 count for Daniel Hernandez. Galindo with a modest lead at first. Knutson from the stretch. Won't get him on an outside fastball there. That one well off the plate. Key with a solid frame. One might have gone either way. So Knutson back in the stretch, a 1-2 count. He fires, and Hernandez goes down swinging and missing.
Next batter for the Bandits, left fielder, number 6, Dakota Kennedy.
So the Bandits looking to add after the leadoff single from Galindo, but a failed sac bunt attempt there from Hernandez. We'll go back to Coco Kennedy following the strikeout for out number 1. 1 down, here's the first pitch as Kennedy skies this one in the air to right center. It's carrying hand Brad Morris with a long haul run to make the grab on the run for out number 2.
Third baseman, number 34, Ivan Melendez.
So Ivan Melendez only with a shallow fly out to center field back in the first, stepping in for his second at-bat. As we know, Ivan can really run into some balls. He's got to find the barrel here as Galindo just takes a few hard steps off of first base, and Melendez holds off on a fastball in the dirt for ball 1. 1-0 count. Knutson going from the stretch. A pick-over attempt to first, not in time. Two down now, the 1-0 count. Key setting up outside. And Melendez holds off on a changeup down the outside part of the plate for strike 1. That one looks significantly slower. Melendez, it's a lot of power pulling the ball. Didn't want to go oppo. There's the 1-1 pitch, and he'll get him chasing high and away for strike 2 on a swing and a miss. This Ashton Knutson pitcher holding his own thus far against the Bandits' bats. Here's the 1-2. Melendez gets around this one. Roll over ground ball to the third base side. Knutson shakes off a pitch, comes set. Stretch with the 1-2, and Melendez inside out foul piece and into the net. Still a 1-2 count. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes after the foul ball, and this one, foul ball once again. So he's hanging in there, but he's not exactly getting the exit velo that we know Ivan Melendez has. He's not getting the full wood on it. We're still waiting to see him. That beautiful crack of the bat sound. Try to drive and looking to straighten one out here. The 1-2 count. Still trying to make the adjustments in this at bat. He's doing a fantastic job fending off pitches with 2 strikes. So he's battling. The odds are against the Bandits here with 2 down. Knutson with the 1-2 from the stretch. And this one comes in sharply high and inside. It'll get Melendez on the shoulders as he'll be hit by the pitch. He outlasts Knutson in that battle and stands in long enough to wear one. And a hit by pitch to now advance runners to first and second. And we'll go to Miguel Miko Soto, stepping in for his second at-bat on the day. He found the barrel, but roped it right at the shortstop, Sam Huska. And his first trip, he's stepping in 0 for 1. Looking for another big game offensively for Soto with 2 runners on. Here's the first pitch off speed. Hung upstairs for ball 1. He's still setting up on the outer half of the plate. Knutson trying to throw around the Bandits early on here. And Soto with a big swing right there. Comes up empty with strike 1. Soto not the biggest hitter in the dugout, but without a doubt, one hard swing there from Miko Soto, and he has been impressive this summer as he pops this one up to the right side, and the first baseman, Jackson Key, races towards it, and it'll sail out of play for a long strike 2. Knutson has his pitch with the 1-2 to Soto. Fouls another one off. Still the 1-2 count. Misses outside there for ball 2. Soto, good plate discipline. He sees this one outside early. And he'll work the count back to even here. So we got deuces across the scoreboard with 2 men on. Knutson still in the stretch. And Soto going to offer at it. And finally, the umpire with a defiant punch out and an ejection to Miko Soto, it looks like. And this is quite the home plate umpire we've seen here tonight. Blowing calls. I just don't know about that. So the Bandits will leave 2 runners stranded once again. And we'll go to the top of the 4th. Still a 1-0 contest from Memorial Park. The Bandits unfortunately left 2 base runners stranded to end things in the third, as they still have a very small lead, 1-0 over the Albert Lee Lakers in the middle of their order, due up with Jacob McKeon. So the odds are stacked against Dev McCrae, as he's just had a small zone all day long to work with. But he'll have a nice slider there, first pitch for strike 1. To start off the cleanup batter, stepping in 1-for-1. Second pitch of the at-bat, and McKeon with a crack of the bat he's going to tie this one up. No doubt about that one. He crushes it for a solo home run. It's now a tie ball game, 1-1. So after the solo shot, it's now a tie ball game, 1-1. And Kraus going to hit this one the other way. And on the bounce, it almost gets past Coco Kennedy. And in 2 pitches, the Lakers get 4 base hits. And Thomas Kraus going to restart things here with nobody out and a single opposite field. Jacob Kaiser steps in now. Waiting the first pitch. Still nobody out. And Kraus with back-to-back hits. And this one swung on in a foul tip into Galindo's mitt for strike 1. Kaiser flew out back in the second. The Lakers are waking up the bats and fast. We see Augie Voigt starting to warm up for the Bandits as a fastball in the dirt, and second pass ball by Galindo today. You don't see that a whole often. The way things have been turning out thus far throughout the season, when Bancroft offers mistakes to Albert Lee, they harp on them. So Kraus will move into scoring position on the pass ball as he's now on second base. A 1-1 count to the first baseman, Jacob Kaiser. The count's even here at 1-1. Third pitch of the at-bat. Slider. I don't know where that missed for ball 2. Late call for a time there by Kaiser, and Cray just sends this one to the backstop. Still a 2-1 count. And the pitch swung on right through for strike 2. Fastballs at the letters, and the Lakers and swinging through them, and just a couple of pitches left over the plate, and they've crushed them for a solo shot in an opposite field single for Kraus. So now a 2-2 count. McCrae still looking for out number 1. The pitch and a ground ball chopped through the legs of Kaiser, and it's still a 2-2 count.
I'll try to remember it.
2-2 still, and Kaiser flails at this one outside. He goes down swinging for strike 3 and out number 1. So we only saw McCray in 3 innings against the Fort Dodge Gypsum Miners, and he retired them all in 10 batters, only allowing 1 base runner. And he's now pitching 3 1/3, still here in the top of the 4th. Lakers with 1 run on the board this inning. But McCray able to do a good job to retire Kaiser there. Struck him out swinging. With 1 down, it's Levi Davidson, the batter. And the first pitch misses high and away for ball 1. Another call for time there. Lakers just trying to throw McCray off his game. And it's a 1-0 count. Stretch from the 1-0. Just off the plate for ball 2. The 2-0, and Davidson with a check swing and a foul tip. On the 2-0 count, and McCray doing a good job getting Davidson to waste a swing there for strike 1. He's trying to climb back in the count. 2-1. McCray still got to be kicking himself for letting this game get tied up. The 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball hung up in the zone, and not sure what to tell you on that one. Ball 3. It even buckled Davidson at the knees on a slider that just sweeps across the plate for ball 3. Fastball 4-seamer down the pipe for ball 4. And this is getting a little ridiculous. Galindo set up down the heart of the plate, does not have to move, and it misses for ball 4. So now we're going to see a pitching change. McCray going to come out of the game for Augie Voigt. it's been a tough fourth inning for Dev McCrae, but did not get a whole lot of help officiating there. 2 pitches that seemingly down the middle, because he can't be throwing outside anymore. He was getting nothing on the outside part of the zone, and nothing even down the middle there. So we're now going to go to Augie Voigt, without a doubt one of our most reliable relievers on the summer, to try and get the Bandits out of a jam here with runners on first and second, only 1 down. And we're back to the catcher, Jackson Key, stepping in 0-for-1 with a strikeout, and wonder what happened there. Paints the corner for strike 2. So we know we haven't seen a whole lot of Voigt this week, so we're hoping for another solid outing from him. Here's the 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Key goes down in 3 strikes. 3 pitches and 3 strikes, and that's just good execution there for Augie Voigt. And let's hope this starts to light a fire under the Bandits. As we need to come a little more alive here at Memorial Park. With 2 down, we go now to Austin Portner. First pitch down the middle for strike 1, and Bobby tries to throw down Julian over at first. Throw leads him off the bag and trying to throw back to Davidson. He was well aware of the throw, not in time. An 0-1 count on Portner as Voigt comes set from the stretch. This one will miss outside for ball 1. Once again, just as the pitchers are coming set, the Lakers, seemingly every at-bat, trying to throw them off their game and calling time late. Voigt with the 1-1. Swung on and missed for strike 2. He blows the fastball by Portner. Now a 1-2 count with 2 away. Fourth pitch, the at-bat, and Portner just gets a piece of it to the backstop. Battles back here with 2 strikes. After the foul ball, the count will stay at 1-2. With the 5th pitch of the at-bat to the plate. Slider! Where did that miss? He held off, but that was down the pipe. And it misses for ball 2. I'm just speechless at this. It's the 2-2 pitch, and this one, now that's a ball for ball 3. Beautiful pitch there with 2 strikes from Voigt. A slider that runs perfectly down the pipe. And there's the 3-2 full count, and Portner strokes this one down the line, but it's going to cut foul on the left field foul line. I know I'm no umpire, but some of these calls, go back and watch the replay on them. As Voigt shakes off a pitch, he's going to come set here. Now working with a full count. Fastball hit in the air towards right, and Mason should have no problem. He makes the grab for out number 3. Thanks to a Jacob McKeon solo home run. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th as it's now tied up at 1 as the Bandits get out of a jam 2 runners on base, and a good showing there from Augie Voigt. Bandits coming to bat, 1-1 contest from Memorial Park. We've had some really questionable calls, to say the least, with balls and strikes this game thus far. And let's hope the Bandits can get back on the sticks with Brian Seamster leading things off, the center fielder and 5-hitter. The 5, 6, 7 part of the order due up for Bancroft. Here in the bottom of the 4th, it's still 1-1. And Knutson going to miss low and inside for ball 1. 1-0 pitch to Seamster, and that'll cross the plate for strike 1. So Seamster scoring the lone Bancroft 1 back in the 2nd after he led things off with a stand-up double. Let's hope he has the timing down here with the 1-1 pitch. Just off the plate for ball 2. Still not a bad spot. So 2-1, Seamster back ahead in the count. Here's the 4th pitch. Swung on and popped him up. Portner should have no problem in foul territory as he makes the grab for out number 1.
Next bat for the Bandits, right fielder, number 11, Aaron Cowboy Mason.
So we'll go to the right fielder, Aaron Mason. Had a team at bat, able to advance Seamster to 3rd. Stepping in 0 for 1. Let's hope he can find barrel here. The first pitch of the at-bat. Curveball. Mason just holds off for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch, and Mason hits this one in the air, but it's going to be caught up towards shallow left center. And Jacob McKeon falls down to make the grab for out number 2.
Next bat for the Bandits, catcher, number 35, Bobby Chancho Galindo.
So we're now going to go to the catcher, Bobby Galindo, stepping in with an RBI ground out, 0 for 1. And the first pitch fouled out of play for strike 1. Two down. Here's the second pitch. Swung on, taken the other way. And Portner's camped right there in the 5-6 hole where the hole should have been on that shift. And Knutson has a 1-2-3 inning as we go to the top of the 5th. Still tied up at 1 from Memorial Park. there hasn't been a whole lot of offense for Bancroft thus far. Only 1 run scored on 2 base hits. The Lakers playing solid defense behind the debuting pitcher, Ashton Knutson. As Augie Voigt now the new pitcher. Working against the top of the order, Preston Godfrey. Set to lead things off for the Lakers here in the top half of the 5th inning. A much more exciting contest taking place at Merchants Park as the Carroll Merchants on top of the Storm Lake Whitecaps 15-2 after just 2 innings. So this one is hit in the air towards the foul line in shallow left field, and Sean Ross will make the play for out number 1. Nice grab there. So Voigt puts Godfrey away there. Nobody on, 1 down. And now the shortstop, Sam Huska, up to the plate, stepping in 0 for 2. First pitch of the at-bat to Huska. And this one will get the outside part of the zone for strike 1. Fastballs down the outside part of the plate have really just been at the flip of a coin today. As this one, a dribbler towards the shortstop, and Sean Ross making an easy play, making a hard play look easy once again as he puts away both outs number 1 and 2. So now Brad Morris stepping in 1 for 2. Always battles tough against the Bancroft pitching staff as the first pitch, fastball, and just a hair behind it as he hits it out of place straight right. An 0-1 count, a slider there, nabbing the outside part of the zone for strike 2. Good pitch there from Voigt, and he's now going to get ahead in the count, 0-2. Third pitch of the at-bat, and Morris fends it off into the net, foul. So still an 0-2 count. Voigt from the windup, the 0-2, and Morris stretches on an outside pitch. Pulls it right back up the middle and through for his second hit of the day.
Left fielder number 30, Jacob McKeon.
2 down. Morris gets back on first with his second hit of the day. Now has 2 of the Albert Lee's 5. We now got Jacob McKeon 2 for 2 with a home run. Morris with a healthy lead at first. Here's the first pitch to McKeon, and a late swing and a miss for strike 1. He's been a little indecisive there. It's an 0-1 count to the big cleanup hitter. Second pitch, just off the outside corner for ball 1. And who could forget the pitching performance that Augie Voigt put on when we were on the road against Storm Lake, earning the double and the title belt. 6-5 as he held the go-ahead run on third base with no outs, which then went down in a strikeout, a ground out to the plate, and a fly out as the Bandits held on in 10 innings. As that was just an instant classic a couple of weeks ago against the Whitecaps, which they won 6-5. Here's the 2-1 pitch to McKeon, and that one called for strike 2. So I sure hope we're heading in the right direction for at least expanding this zone. Without a doubt, a good spot hit there from Voigt. Here's the 2-2. Buckles McKeon at the knees, but nevertheless missing for ball 4 on a breaking ball. So a full count, McKeon skies this one to the gap in right center, and Mason there to make the grab for out number 3. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Lakers leave one stranded. It's still 1-1. Bottom of the 5th and 8-9 top due up for the Bandits here in the bottom of the 5th. It's still a 1-1 contest. And Ashton Knutson, this new pitcher for the Lakers, holding his own against the Bancroft Bandits. Only one strikeout, but he has done a fantastic job producing outs. Correction, 2 strikeouts, both coming in the 3rd. Now 1-0 count to Sean Ross as Knutson will go back from the windup. Here's the 1-0 pitch as Ross pulls this one down towards 3rd. Portner with the trap, and he comes up throwing for out number 1 to 1st.
Next bat for the Bandits, first baseman, number 3, Julian Baby Jules Galindo.
One down, nobody on base. We're here, the 9-hitter, first baseman, Julian Galindo. He has one of the only 2 hits for the Bandits so far through 4 1/3 innings at the dish. Swung on and missed for strike 1 as he lays a bunt down the third base side. And it just goes foul. Portner hops over it, and it takes a Lakers bounce over the chalk. Foul ball for strike 2. Almost heads up baseball right there, paying off. Would have been a thing of beauty for Galindo, and no doubt an infield single. So an 0-2 count. Galindo going to have to battle back here. Knutson shakes off a pitch. He's back in the windup with the 0-2 as Galindo hits this one on the ground towards second. And Godfrey has no problem for out number 2.
Next bat for the Bandits, second baseman, number 22, Daniel Hernandez.
So Daniel Hernandez looking to get things started with 2 outs. As Knutson from the windup, going to miss outside for ball 1. Hernandez 0 for 2 to start, but never too late to get things rolling. Only 2 hits for Bancroft thus far. As this pitch will be hit in the air towards the shortstop Huska, and it's another 1-2-3 inning to put the Bandits away offensively. Still a 1-1 contest, and we're already to the top of the 6th inning. You're listening to Bandits Baseball. Lead things off for the Lakers in the top of the 6th. Deadlock tie with a 1-1 contest with Thomas Kraus, 5-6-7 due up for Albert Lee. 1 for 2 as he had a hit to left field in his last trip. Sidesteps barely for ball 1. Augie Voigt still on the mound. This one will nab the outside corner for strike 1. There's the 1-1 pitch from Augie Voigt, and Kraus holds off a crisp fastball outside for ball 2. It's 2-1 to Kraus, and it's hit back into the net foul to even up the count 2-2. The 2-2 to Kraus, and it just rides the chalk outside for ball 3. So Kraus stands in on a full count here. Voigt back from the windup. The 3-2 pitch. Fouled to the backstop. Kraus working a 7-pitch at-bat to start off the 6th. Voigt still from the windup, still a full count, and he gets him chasing high and away for strike 3.
Next bat for the Lakers, first baseman number 26, Jacob Kaiser.
So the beer-battered Thomas Kraus goes down swinging. And we'll now go to Jacob Kaiser, the first baseman. 0 for 2 thus far, fly out and a strikeout. First pitch curveball, nasty there from Voigt. Good break. And good movement in the zone for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch from Voigt, fastball, and taken the other way down the right field line, but it slices foul. Well batted ball. Too much spin on it. So Voigt looking for out number 2 in 3 pitches here. He's already set in the windup. The 0-2 delivery. And Kaiser with a fisted ball up and down in shallow left center. Down to an 0-2 count, and he finds a way to pull through with a single.
Next to bat for the Lakers, right fielder number 8, Levi Davidson.
So even a jam piece and a bleeder to the outfield, that might be all the Lakers need to get some momentum on their side, as hasn't been a whole lot of offense in this contest, only 1-1. The Lakers still with a handful of more base hits than the Bandits, out hitting Bancroft 6-2. A 2-0 hitters count now to Levi Davidson. Ground ball could be trouble. Here's the 2-0 as it's hit in the air to shallow left field. Coco Kennedy comes in on it, and he makes the grab at the line for out number 2.
Next bat for the Lakers, catcher number 28, Jackson Key.
So now back to the catcher, Jackson Key, 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts thus far. Augie Voigt coming set from the stretch. Gets him swing and a miss for strike 1. Fastball outside. So now down to the number 8 spot in the Albert Lee lineup. We're set to lead things off 2-3-4 for Bancroft in the bottom of the 6th. In the heart of the lineup as Key hits this one in the air, as Mason just takes a few steps back to make the grab on the run for out number 3. And we'll go Now back to the bottom of the sixth, still 1-1. Bandits need to wake up the bats and fast to try and break this 1-1 tie from Memorial Park. You're listening to Bandits Baseball. The time is now for Bancroft to break this tie. They only have 3 more half innings at least. And it could be 4 if it's still tied up or if the Lakers pull out in front. Neither team exactly dominating up to this point. But we're in the heart of the Bancroft lineup. Let's see if Coco Kennedy can get things started. And it's a first pitch curveball from Knutson. Across the plate for strike 1. Kennedy reaching base once by an error, flew out in his last time up as he ropes this one down the third base line, and it's fair. Kennedy coming hot around first, and he'll be held up there with a leadoff single. So with no outs, we now have Kennedy on at first, and we go to Ivan Melendez.
Third baseman, number 34, Ivan Melendez.
Coach Kieran giving a sign from third. So Melendez steps in. No outs. Now the third hit of the game on at first. Knutson to the plate as Kennedy heads for second. The throw from Key. Not in time. As Kennedy gets around the tag. And he steals second, but Jackson Key with a great throw. So a great slide from Coco Kennedy. They couldn't put the tag on him. And it's a 1-0 count to Melendez at the plate. Stretch from the 1-0. Melendez holds off on 1. Just missing for ball 2, and he works ahead in the count now. So a big hitters count 2-0. And the Bandits could blow this thing open. Looks like we have Miko Soto on deck, so no ejection on his behalf. Just the umpire giving him a piece of his mind after a strikeout back in the third. So that off-speed pitch swung on and missed in the dirt for strike 1. And now a 2-1 count to Melendez. And the pitch swung right through for strike 2. 2 swung on and missed pitches. Back to back to even up the count 2-2. Melendez, let's see what he comes up with here with 2 strikes. Knutson kicks and fires, and this one swung on and hit in the air towards Shallow right, and it's going to fall for a hit. Davidson going to come up throwing to third. The throw not in time. And we now have runners at the corners with a 2-strike single for Ivan Melendez. So I might have gotten ahead of myself on the ejection call to Miko Soto. He's still hitting. The umpire with an empathetic finger point and a little bit of chirping back and forth after a questionable strike call with not even going to the first base umpire to try and check with a check swing. The only time the umpire has called a strike 3 this game. So we have runners at the corners, and it's retribution time for Miko Soto. Let's see if he could drive in the go-ahead run. Here's the first pitch of the at-bat as Soto cranks this one in the air to deep left field. It's going to carry past McKeon, and it's off the fence. Kennedy going to come in to score. Soto heads to second, and it's an RBI double for Miko Soto. On the first pitch of the at-bat, he cranks this one all the way off the top of the fence in left field.
Next to bat for the Bandits, center fielder number 1, Brian Seamster.
So after starting out the game 0 for 2, Soto answers back in a big way as he now finds himself on at second, Melendez on at third. And we're now Brian Seamster. Runners at third and second, and still no outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the first pitch as Seamster grounds this one back up the middle. Godfrey can't make the play. Soto going around third. Huska comes up throwing, and it is not in time. But Seamster caught in a pickle, and the throw not at first. And he'll take second. And just like that, the Bandits now lead 4-1. It'll be an RBI single for Brian Seamster, 2 RBI single.
Right fielder number 11, Aaron Cowboy Mason.
But he'll now stand in on second after heads-up base running in a throwing error that got past Kaiser. And we now go to Aaron Cowboy Mason, the right fielder. And the umpire now talking something over the Bancroft dugout, and I think they're making them put stuff in the dugout, and I wonder if this was really necessary. Been there all game. The minute we show a little excitement, you have to walk 80 feet close to the dugout. So now the Bandits tie the Lakers hit total at 6, and they now lead by a margin of 3 as it's a 4-1 contest, and a first pitch curveball from Knutson is swung on and missed for strike 1. And it was only a matter of time before the Bandits got on the sticks. They're having themselves a big inning here, putting up a 3 spot and still nobody down. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Mason, grounded, and it's going to be caught by Portner, and the throw on the money at first.
Next bat for the Bandits, catcher number 35, Bobby Chancho Galindo.
So we finally have our first out this inning. As we go to Bobby Galindo, he's had a couple of hard hit balls, 1 RBI, but it's a hard 0 for 2 for him. And of course, they got that massive pull side shift on him. Second baseman Godfrey in shallow right field. Well back on the grass with 1 down. The first pitch swung on in, driven to left center. This could be trouble. And Jacob McKeon makes the grab. That ball hit very well, but it just got hung up long enough to allow McKeon to make the grab.
Next bat for the Bandits, shortstop number 12, Sean the Rock Ross.
So the Lakers we're able to hold a 1-1 tie. And Sean Ross, first pitch, crack of the bat. Strokes this one foul to the left side. They were able to have the game tied up at 2.5 innings. And the Bandits broke it open here. It's still 4-1, still close. But now we got some breathing room for Augie Voigt. So it's a 0-1 count, and Ross swings through a curveball to make it 0-2. Good pitch there. Ross with a big swing and a miss. Still alive in the count, but he's going to have to expand. Looks like we see a right hammer warming up for Albert Lee, Alex Goodmanson. We've seen him in the start a few times as the third pitch of the at-bat is fouled out of play to the right side into the parking lot. Knutson shakes off a pitch. And he comes set from the stretch. The 0-2. And there's the first punch out as it's a fastball that rides the chalk inside. For strike 3. Not a bad pitch to take even with 2 strikes. We'll go to the top of the 7th as it's now 4-1 Bancroft out in front of Albert Lee. Still coming to you live from Memorial Park. Back here in the top of the 7th after a big bottom of the 6th inning for Bancroft to blow it open now with a 3 spot, but they're not out of the woods yet. 3.5 innings left at least as the first pitch bunted on right back to the mound. Portner tried to pull a fast one, and Augie Voigt right there to make the play for out number 1. A 1 pitch out, and we're back to the top of the order. Second time Portner tried to pull a bunt for a hit. It was a hard 90 nevertheless. But it goes right back to the mound. Voigt looking for productive work this inning, already getting 1 out and 1 pitch, and first pitch to Godfrey fouled straight back. Voigt quickly back from the windup with the 0-1 pitch as Godfrey hits this one in the air to left field, and Kennedy doesn't have to move very far, and it's 3 pitches and 2 outs already for Augie Voigt. Talk about efficiency. We'll now go to Sam Huska for the first pitch of the at-bat. I think there's another strike missed for a ball. It's been all game long, and it's a wonder how we're up 4-1. Voigt with the 1-0 pitch, and this one rocketed towards the Bancroft dugout. Hits off the net. Everybody's okay over there. Third pitch of the at-bat, and Huska tries to pull back, and he's going to get a foul piece to the backstop for strike 2. This was an inside pitch from Voigt, and he doesn't swing the bat all the way through. Now Voigt quickly back in the windup with the 1-2, and this one grounded, and Galindo with a nice grab. It's going to be a foot race to the bag, and the throw goes over Augie Voigt. And Huska will reach on a throwing error. Now stepping in 2 for 3, Brad Morris. So Voigt going to have to work that much harder for out number 3. Yeah, Morris at the plate, and McKeon, who has found barrel all game long, on deck. It's going to be tough work here to get out number 3, but there is a force at first and second. But Augie Voigt's still a very solid pitcher nevertheless, as he fires the first pitch, swung on, foul tip for strike 1. So we got quite a battle here with 2 down. Augie Voigt getting ahead in the count 0-1. Second pitch on the way. Just a hair inside there for ball 1. Counts even a 1-1 as this one down the outside part of the plate for strike 2 on a four-seamer. Good pitch there from Voigt. His ball comes in from the side there, has a lot of run across the plate towards the outside corner. Good delivery there from Voigt as he's going to pop Morris up here to shallow right field. And Hernandez will call off Galindo to make the grab over by first for out number 3. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th as it's still Bancroft 4, Albert Lee 1. And we got a new pitcher, Alex Goodmanson, in to pitch for the Lakers with the bottom of the 7th coming up. There's a whole lot of offense from Merchants Park tonight, as Storm Lake adds 6 runs in the top of the 4th to make it Carroll 15, Storm Lake 8. As both of those teams still trying to fight for the number 2 seed. Storm Lake closer to it at a 10-12 record.
First baseman, number 3, Julian Baby Jules Galindo.
So we'll go back to our 9-hitter here, Julian Galindo, number 3, the first baseman. First pitch of the at-bat, Galindo choking up a little bit, and it's the new pitcher, Alex Goodmanson. Just missing on a heater inside, and it's going to be a 1-0 count. Goodmanson from the windup. Fastball outside for ball 2. So Galindo with a knockback in the 3rd and a ground out in his last trip. Bottom of the 7th, still a 4-1 score. Bandits looking to add here. The 2-0. Galindo hits this one in the air to the right side, but it's going to stay in the infield. Pop out for out number 1.
Next bat for the Bandits, second baseman, number 22, Daniel Hernandez.
So you see Galindo choking up slightly on the bat. Try to have better control with the barrel. And he still gets jammed on that piece there. So a 3-pitch out and on a 2-0 count. That's got to hurt nevertheless. First pitch curveball, and it hangs up in the zone for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball to Daniel Hernandez, and he ducks out of the way as this one heading for his helmet. Misses for ball 1. 1-1 count for Daniel Hernandez, stepping in 0 for 3. You know, he's kicking himself for that. He's looking for his first time on base. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Holds off on one at the letters for ball 2. Two-one pitch to Hernandez, and he sits on it long enough as it breaks in the dirt for ball 3. Could be seeing a left-handed thrower. Dante Glover starting to warm up at the Bandits bullpen. No action in Albert Lee's. A 3-1 hitters count for Hernandez. Goodmanson from the windup. Fires a fastball driven into left field, and a nice base hit there for Daniel Hernandez with one away. Saw him just sat back long enough on a lot of pitches. You can see it from up here as he just tenses up and throws the end of the bat at it. And good contact. Sends it through the 5-6 gap. So following the single, we now got Dakota Coco Kennedy, and he started things off at the top of a 3-run rally back in the 6th, led off with a hit down the left field line, and the first pitch sat back just a little too long as he hits this one out of play on a foul. So Kennedy stepping in 1 for 3, reaching also on an error. 1 run scored, and also has a stolen base. Hernandez, solid lead at first. The 0-1 pitch as he takes off for second. Kennedy lays off, and the throw from Key not in time. Hernandez goes in upstanding to beat the throw from Jackson Key as that one misses in the dirt outside for ball 1. And it's a 1-1 count for Kennedy. And the 5th run of the game for Bancroft, now standing on second. Goodmanson will step off the rubber here, and he wants to call Key to the mound. So we're back to a very good spot in our order. Back in the 6th, it was 2 through 5, all reached on base hits. A single for Kennedy and Melendez, followed by an RBI double from Soto, and a 2 RBI single from Brian Seamster. So this is a good spot in the order due up for Bancroft with 1 down. Goodmanson back in the stretch here. Here's the 1-1. Outside for ball 2, Kennedy with very good discipline. He wears a lot of pitches. You don't see him ducking out of the way as he sees it getting on base. And he does it very well, drawing also a lot of walks, and he barely strikes out. So here's the 2-1 pitch to Kennedy, and it misses low for ball 3. A 3-1 hitters count for Kennedy. You think he might be looking to drive something here. The pitch swung on and missed as another curveball gets him there for strike 2. And Goodmanson could be relying on his off speed. So the young right-handed pitcher now in for Albert Lee after the start from Ashton Knutson. as he works the count full against Coco Kennedy, looking for out number 2. Key sets up outside. And the pitch. Gets him chasing upstairs for strike 3. And Goodmanson outlasts Kennedy there for out number 2 on the strikeout.
Third baseman, number 34, Ivan Melendez.
So good perseverance on the pitcher's end to pull through. And it's now up to Ivan Melendez to extend the 3-run lead. Fresh count here, 2 away. Hernandez still on at second. Here's the first pitch of the at-bat, off speed. Just hung up high for ball 1. So Goodmanson to start off. Melendez right back to that curveball. As you know, early in the count, he might be looking for fastball. Melendez getting a little ahead of himself on a lot of swing and foul tips. He singled in his last trip. Here's the 1-0. And once again, a call that could have gone either way. Key sticks the catch, and it's called for strike 1. The count still 1-1 as Goodmanson comes set from the stretch. He fires curveball, and he's going to pop Melendez up to the right side. And Kaiser's there to make the grab for the 3rd and final out, and the Bandits leave 1 runner stranded. To the 8th we go. It's still 4-1 from Memorial Park. So we left off with Voigt retiring Brad Morris on a pop-out. So Morris, one of the top hitters for the Lakers, now 2 for 4 on the day. That was a good thing we didn't allow another base runner for this man. At the plate now, Jacob McKeon 2 for 3 with a solo home run. And like I've said many times, and just as I try to say that a first pitch curveball gets called for ball 1, I don't know how to describe this zone today. It's a 1-0 pitch to McKeon and a fastball close to the same spot as the first pitch, this time called for strike 1, and it is really just hit or miss today. Like I said, McKeon, a very powerful hitter, 2 for 3. With one crack of the bat, he can send the ball a long way. And Voigt paints the corner here for strike 2. This umpire's really making the pitchers earn every strike they get today. As McKeon strokes this one to center field, Seamster, it races back. And what a grab for Brian Seamster out in center field. He races back as this one just keeps on carrying. And that is a tremendous catch by Brian Seamster, and it looks like we got ourselves a pitching change. We have a left-hander, Dante Glover, coming into the game.
New pitcher for the Bandits, number 5, Dante Glover.
So one of the hardest throwers on the Bancroft staff now coming into pitch. A fastball in the low 90s with Dante Glover from the left side. The southpaw out of Las Vegas, Nevada, and Clark University. Now into pitch as Augie Voigt retired the cleanup batter. Jacob McKeon with a deep fly out to center field. As it was a whole staff type of day for the Bandits here. As once again, it was another 5-day week. We're going to need to have guys get in and get some innings of work as a solid start, which officiating was not on the side of Dev McCrae. He still had a very solid day at the plate as the first pitch misses inside for ball 1. Galindo couldn't make the grab, but not a bad spot. Here's the 1-0 to Thomas Kraus as he chases this one upstairs, and it's just going to get past Sean Ross into left for a single to left.
Next to bat for the Lakers, first baseman, number 26, Jacob Kaiser.
We'll now go to the first baseman, Jacob Kaiser, with one man on, one down. Glover from the stretch, and just to hold Kraus at first. Lightly tosses it to the bag. Glover comes set for the first pitch of the at-bat, and it's hit in the air to right field. Mason on the run will make the grab for out number 2. A good crack of the bat, but it just got under it.
Next to bat for the Lakers, right fielder, number 8, Levi Davidson.
So with 2 down, still 1 runner on. Thomas Kraus with his second hit of the day. Stepping in 2 for 4. We'll now go to the right fielder, Levi Davidson, reaching once on a walk, 0 for 2 otherwise. First pitch to Davidson gets him chasing on the low and outside corner for strike 1, swing and a miss. Glover looking for out number 3. Kraus with a very small lead off the bag at first. Second pitch just off the plate. Not a bad spot for ball 1. Close to the first pitch, swung on and missed for strike 1, but this time Davidson lays off. So Glover comes set for the third pitch. We got Jesse Johnson now in the Bancroft bullpen as this one, and he's offering at it for strike 2. So Galindo wanted a check, and the umpire took his time to say no check needed. It was a check swing for strike 2, and a 1-2 count now to Levi Davidson. Force out at first or second. Fourth pitch of the at-bat. And Glover has just been pounding that low outside corner this entire at-bat. Davidson hasn't offered that. It's been called for a ball. So it's now 2-2. Deuces across the scoreboard. 1 man on first, 2 down. Glover quickly resets. The pitch. Once again, just a hair off the plate for ball 3. That's a full count. The 3-2 Kraus heads for second, and where does that one miss for ball 4?
Next bat for the Lakers, catcher, number 28, Jackson Key.
So the zone continued to get smaller for Glover on that at-bat. As he gives up the second base runner and 3 hitters faced and will now go to the catcher, Jackson Key. Galindo calling time here really quick. Glover comes set for the first pitch of the at-bat with 2 away. Runners at first and second. He fires, and it's upstairs for ball 1. So the tying run is now at the plate with the catcher, Jackson Key. The 1-0 swung on and missed. Key 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. He's looking for his first knock, and you can bet he's getting antsy, but if you're Glover, why not just go challenge him? 1-1 from the stretch. Missing high for ball 2. So we got the right-handed Viking, Jesse Johnson, starting to get hot down in the Bandit bullpen. You'd have to think he's got to come in if Glover gets in trouble. Tying run still at the plate. It's a 2-1 count. 4th pitch of the at-bat, and it nabs the zone inside for strike 2. Glover once again has a 2-2 count. Right-handed catcher Key. 5th pitch of the at-bat on the way, and it's outside for ball 3. Still a full count. Following ball 3 outside. Glover quickly resets. He fires.